what difference did it make in your personal life? Like, what has been your personal experience with this concept, and how did you implement it in your life?
For me, the book, there was one trainer who changed my life. I'm grateful to him for always, called Dr. Bharat Chandra, one of the first hypnotherapists or hypnotists to run personality development program in Bangalore. When I attended this program in 1997, he talked of the power of the subconscious mind. And he said, if you set a goal and visualize it, it's going to come to you. I was not convinced. I experimented with small things. The same year, I attended one more person called Pradeep Agarwal's workshop. He also told the same thing. So they introduced me into this science. And then the power of the subconscious mind changed the way I look at things. I realized that finally, the process of life is law of attraction. That just like you have multiple physical laws, you have the law of gravity. You throw something, it's going to come down. Your Newton's laws of motion. A law means it happens to everyone who actually, whether it's you're an Indian or an American or from any other nationality, whether you are a boy or a girl, irrespective of your age, it's going to work. The word law of attraction then rang a bell to what my master had said. He had said, life is reflection, reaction, resound. And then I realized, okay, it's the reflection of what I believe. It's the reflection of what I feel. So I started manifesting things in my life I used to close my eyes, imagine the goal in completion, and slowly small things started happening. And I must tell you, one funny thing that I saw that completely made me gung-ho about this. All of us go through this experimental time, Manjari, when you are still not believing a concept, you're wondering, should I, shouldn't I? I'd gone to Bishop Cotton's school where my nephew and niece were studying. And that time I was completely gung-ho about the power of the mind, the power of vibration. So there was this thing where you turn it around and those things go round and round and it stops somewhere and you get your prize or whatever. So nobody bet on 13. I was trying to see whether my mind power works. So in a very calm way, I closed my eyes. I said, okay, I am testing out this concept. So if this concept works, please let me know. And I visualized this is going to come and stop at 13. So I'm the only one who bet on 13. Just small things, some soap boxes, something and all. It's just for fun. It's a fancy feat. You call it a fancy feat. And it went and went and went. And all the others were tense. I was not tensed. I just let go. I said, okay, fine. I'm just doing it for fun. It went further. It went to 15 and then stopped. It came back to 13 and stopped. And that's the time I understood that when I first believe in it, feel for it, imagine that I already have it, and the most important thing, let go of it. I'm not attached to the outcome. I didn't care whether it came or not. It came. Although this seems like a silly example, a very simple example, this became the basis for my entire experience later on. So I realized I need to think of a goal in completion. I need to close my eyes, imagine I already have it. Feel it, enjoy it, be in the vibration, the bhavam. And then the universe or God will take care. It will come to me. It's a law. When I vibrate and feel positive, when I vibrate and believe in anything, nobody on earth can stop it from coming to me. Good and bad. There are things I may not ask. But if I think of it negatively, it happens.
Okay. A warm welcome to you, Vijay Sai, in today's podcast.
Thank you so much, Manjari, for thank you for inviting me for this session.
So, Vijay Sai is a life coach, therapist, and a senior teacher with EKAA Institute of Hypnotherapy and TASO of Netherlands. He also runs a learning and development company which is into leadership and behavioral training. So,
Thank you.
today we are going to understand from him about Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati. That is manifest through thinking. I am also a student of Vijay Sai for past life regression therapy, inner child healing, and Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati course.
Thank
So
you so much,
let's
Manjari. Thank you.
now hear directly from him how his journey has been so far.
So, journey has been awesome, and it's been. I'm enjoying my life. It's fantastic. Absolutely no complaints about anything, no regrets about anything.
And how did your journey of getting into this field of therapy as well as especially into Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati started?
Okay, so it's a long journey, if I have to tell you. So you see my master Satya Sai Baba, whose photo I have in the background. I've been a student of his Satya Sai Balvikas at Hubli. Then I have been his student at his free education institution, Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Prashant Nilayam Puttaparthi. And also as a lecturer at the Department of English, Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning in Whitefield for about 6.5 years. And throughout, almost in every discourse of Satya Sai Baba, he used to keep telling, Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati. As you feel, Bhavam is feeling. As you feel and believe, so you become. And I had not understood this well earlier because I was thinking many times in those days, I was only trusting that God will take care of me. And I had not thought of my thought process at all. It was about the grace of God. It's about He's going to do this and He's going to do that. And somehow, sometimes I felt, why is one person getting more than the other? Why is the prayer of one person answered compared to the others? And every time when I didn't get this answer, I was very close physically to Sat Sai Baba, and I used to hear this Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati, and whatever your mind thinks, Mano Moolam Idam Jagat, the mind is the root of everything in this world that you create. And Baba used to constantly tell us life is a reflection, reaction, resound. And the answer about why is God different to different people, I came to know through Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati. When Baba explained to us, one Annamacharya is a saint in Andhra, his kriti which said, Enta matramuna evvaru talachina anta matrame neevu. Oh God, you become exactly what people think of you. And similarly, there was one more thing by a Kannada saint called Purandaradasa who said, don't think that Yama and Rama are different. Yamanendu Kananendu Helabeda, Yamane Sri Rama Sandeha Beda, Nambida Vibhishanage, Ramane Ada. When he believed when the Vibhishana who believed, he became Rama, the savior, the God. Nambadidda Ravanage, Yamane Ada. He became a Yama, the god of death, for this person, Ravana, who didn't believe. And it went on like this. This thought process made me understand God is the same. Universe is the same. It's our faith, our belief, our feelings that shifted. Although many things might have happened to me because of my law of attraction when I was there, I understood this very well, started experimenting this concept from the year 1998.
Okay, wonderful. So, what difference did it make in your personal life? Like, what has been your personal experience with this concept, and how did you implement it in your life?
For me, the book, there was one trainer who changed my life. I'm grateful to him for always, called Dr. Bharat Chandra, one of the first hypnotherapists or hypnotists to run personality development program in Bangalore. When I attended his program in 1997, he talked of the power of the subconscious mind. And he said, if you set a goal and visualize it, it's going to come to you. I was not convinced. I experimented with small things. The same year, I attended one more person called Pradeep Agarwal's workshop. He also told the same thing. So they introduced me into this science. And then the power of the subconscious mind changed the way I look at things. I realized that finally, the process of life is law of attraction. That just like you have multiple physical laws, you have the law of gravity. You throw something, it's going to come down. Your Newton's laws of motion. A law means it happens to everyone who actually, whether it's an Indian or an American or from any other nationality, whether you are a boy or a girl, irrespective of your age, it's going to work. The word law of attraction then rang a bell to what my master had said. He had said, life is reflection, reaction, resound. And then I realized, okay, it's the reflection of what I believe. It's the reflection of what I feel. So I started manifesting things in my life I used to close my eyes, imagine the goal in completion, and slowly small things started happening. And I must tell you one funny thing that I saw that completely made me gung-ho about this. All of us go through this experimental time, Manjari, when you are still not believing a concept, you're wondering, should I, shouldn't I? I'd gone to Bishop Cotton's school where my nephew and niece were studying. And that time I was completely gung-ho about the power of the mind, the power of vibration. So there was this thing where you turn it around and those things go round and it stops somewhere and you get your prize or whatever. So nobody bet on 13. I was trying to see whether my mind power works. So in a very calm way, I closed my eyes. I said, okay, I am testing out this concept. So if this concept works, please let me know. And I visualized this is going to come and stop at 13. So I'm the only one who bet on 13. Just small things, some soap boxes, something and all. It's just for fun. It's a fancy feat. You call it a fancy feat. And it went and went and went. And all the others were tense. I was not tensed. I just let go. I said, okay, fine. I'm just doing it for fun. It went further. It went to 15 and then it stopped. It came back to 13 and stopped. And that's the time I understood that when I first believe in it, feel for it, imagine that I already have it, and the most important thing, let go of it. I'm not attached to the outcome. I didn't care whether it came or not. It came. Although this seems like a silly example, a very simple example, this became the basis for my entire experience later on. So I realized I need to think of a goal in completion. I need to close my eyes, imagine I already have it. Feel it, enjoy it, be in the vibration, the bhavam. And then the universe or God will take care. It will come to me. It's a law. When I vibrate and feel positive, when I vibrate and believe in anything, nobody on earth can stop it from coming to me. Good and bad. There are things I may not ask. But if I think of it negatively, it happens.
Okay, this is very beautiful. You said that both negative and positive. So how can we train the mind to not go in that negative space? Because the monkey mind will think many things. So how can we train the mind to not go in the negative space and be in the positive space? Because at times we don't even know what is positive and negative for me.
So basically, thought as a potential energy is nothing positive or negative. It is the feeling, the emotion that lets you know whether it's positive or negative. That's the bhavam, that's the vibration. If a thought feels emotionally good, it's positive. If a thought feels emotionally bad, it's negative. What is emotionally good? If the thought makes me happy, satisfied, grateful, peaceful, delighted, or contented, that's positive. If a thought makes me fearful, sad, anxious, worried, angry, upset, irritated, it's negative. And this Abraham Hicks calls as the emotional guidance system. So I need to use my thoughts that are making me feel good. Even if the feeling good is by imagination, because the mind doesn't understand reality and imagination.
Yeah. So you spoke about first the belief, then the feeling, and then also to let go, to be detached, not be attached to the outcome. And then it manifests. So for a person, how can we actually do it technically? Because generally we will be attached to the outcome. If I'm thinking positive, if I'm visualizing, then I really want that. How to detach yourself from the outcome?
So probably you have to think of it as you're going to a big restaurant and ordering for food. You see the food on the menu, the a la carte menu, and you order for it. After ordering for it, some will take 10 minutes, some will take half an hour. If I ask for an exotic dish, it may take 45 minutes. Do you at any point in time feel in the restaurant, what if the cook doesn't cook it? And what if this guy doesn't deliver it? Will you feel like that?
No, not at all.
Because you have faith, you have trust. So, in the universe, we have a menu card. The menu card is whatever you can think of, you can get it. It's as simple as that. If it is in the palace of your possibilities, only then you can think of it. And when you think of it, and when you want it, you shoot a rocket of desire that I want it. That's what this rocket of desire is Abraham Hicks' word. And once you do it, the way it's going to come to me is through the vibration, the currency that is going to bring this into my life is the vibration. What do you mean by the vibration? Let's think of a simple thing. I want a particular car and I visualize I want that car. So in the physical reality, how do you give the order? You go, you book, you say I want it, then you pay the money. The money is paid in advance, 50%, and 50% is paid when delivery and you finally get it. Same thing works in the law of attraction. So I want the car. The mind doesn't know reality or imagination. I choose logically based on what I feel is possible for me. So if I have one car, I may choose the next car I want. Okay, I choose that car. And I then ask a few questions. The first question is, how will you feel? I'm imagining that you want this car. How will you feel if you already have this car? So Manjari, I will run this to you. So think of what you want. Think of an object, so it'll be easy for us to tell the viewers.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Now answer these 4 questions. How will you feel if you already have this particular desire of yours fulfilled?
Yeah.
No, tell me the word. I want the emotional word.
I feel very satisfied, very happy, Content.
Okay. Satisfied, happy, and content. Okay. I wanted to close your eyes once more. Imagine you already have it. Think of the satisfied, happy, and content, and notice where in your body is it creating some different kind of a sensation. Is there a tingling? Is there a warmth? Is there an expansion? Is there something happening somewhere?
Yeah, in my palms and in my jawline, like teeth.
And what kind of sensation is it?
It's like a kind of a sensation, like something is moving.
Okay, so feel that. You can open your eyes now. So, first question is that you imagine you already have this goal.
Mm.
What emotion or feeling are you feeling? What emotion are you experiencing if you already have it? Where in the body are you feeling it and how? Now, to make it even more real, two more questions. These are all from Rhonda Byrne, from the magic. Two more questions are, the first question is, who is the first person you told about the manifestation of this goal? Think about it.
My
Who is
mom.
the first person? Your mom. Okay. Now open your eyes. Think of how did you tell her? Thought of it?
Mm.
And where did you tell her the setting? Now think of how did you celebrate the manifestation of this goal? In what way? You can describe it. You can also think about it if you don't always describe it.
Yeah, so I celebrated with friends, calling friends at home, because my like visualization was to have a nice flat in a particular housing society in Bangalore, and
Fantastic.
yeah.
So when you make this picture, open your eyes, Manjari. You got to make it in two ways. The first picture is associated. The second picture is dissociated. Associated gives you feeling. Dissociated gives you the big picture. So when you
So associated is feeling that I am there.
you are in the flat,
Yeah.
you are wearing your best clothes, and as people are coming in, you are inviting them. According to the relationship, somebody is hugging you, somebody is shaking hands. They're all looking at everything. Say, wow, Manjari, what a beautiful house. Wow, it's really very good. And then you're introducing them to your family and you're offering them something. And when they go, you feel very happy. This is associated visualization. Dissociated visualization is you are seeing Manjari with her friends in her house. This is dissociative. You need to add both the elements in your visualization. One gives the feeling, one gives the big picture. So, 4 questions. First of all, what do you want? Think of it in completion. What are you feeling? Where in the body are you feeling it? How did you, who is the first person you told and how did you tell? And in what way did you celebrate? All these things, as you say, make a mental picture with feeling, with emotion, with belief and faith. Yeah, it is done deal. It's already over. The thing is, if you only, like I was talking of the hotel example, the restaurant example, the payment that you need to give to the universal bank is through your vibration. It doesn't understand any other currency. Because the moment, see one thing, Manjari, you understand how the law of attraction works. Because you are God. You are a spiritual being, a divine being, come down for a human experience. When you come down for a human experience, then you are God. And what God wants, God can get, God gets. So when you wish it, it has to be true. And for it to become now, the moment you think of that flat, the flat is energetically created in your vortex of energy. Now, the only thing you need is to bring it from that vibrational frequency to real frequency. And for that to happen, the first thing you need is the belief I already have it. Second thing is the feeling that I already have it. And the visualization. The questions are making you visualize better. And the moment you continuously feel the same happiness, the same satisfaction, the same contentment that I've already got it in your mind, with the two things that Shirdi Baba says, Shraddha and Saburi, faith and patience. Very soon, it's going to come from this intangible mental space, feeling vortex to your tangible reality where you will see this happening. And people I have trained so far, many of them send me messages. Sir, come for my housewarming ceremony. Come for my wedding. So I want to come and show you my car. Many times I don't know who they are. I message them. They say, no, 4 years back in Coimbatore, I attended your law of attraction workshop, Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati. Oh no, in that particular college you came and trained me. Sir, I'm doing that. Recently, I had a girl coming telling me, sir, I visualized my medical seat and I've got it in the college I want. I'm so happy that this is working. So the funda of Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati is only this, Manjari.
Okay.
Now, around this funda, you build processes and all to make this funda happen. Basically, believe, feel, vibrate, because it's a vibrational currency you need to give. And this is the way you order for what you want in this universe, energetic universe.
So, how long should one visualize? It's just a one-off thing, or for a particular number of days? How does it happen?
Earlier, I had believed I got to do it for a long time. Now, there is a catch to it. In my own case, some things I got the moment I put it. For example, I need to tell you the example of my wife. She wanted to, in one of those workshops that we had visualization supposed to happen in 2000. And we both were in the same work. She said, what shall I visualize? I said, you want to get into acting? Why don't you visualize that? So she visualized, kept a 1-year goal and said, one big director is calling me and I'm acting in Kannada television serials. And she forgot about it. She did not reinforce it. But exactly in one, if she had thought of it again, I'm doing it a couple of times. It happened. It happened like a miracle. For some things, I kept doing it again and again. So how long do you do it depends on how intensely do you believe it. It's all about not the quantity, but it's about quality. It's not of number of times. It is how real is it for you. Do you really believe I have it? If you think I have it, it'll come to you. But if you still think it's big, it's so far, will it really happen? Then it will take time, because that's also the thought you're putting forward. In this context, Manjari, I also need to tell you one thing. This is about your brain. Where are we visualizing? In the mind. You already are a hypnotherapist, you're already a regression therapist, you know this. And you know, brain and mind are not the same. Brain is the hardware, mind is the software. And the problem is, in the brain, nerve cells that fire together wire together, forming a path of least resistance or most allowance. It will form a neural pathway. So what happens? If from a long time you have resistance to a particular goal, from a long time people have told you it's difficult, life is difficult, if those are the beliefs that are there, you have the old neural pathway that you are not going to get it. So they say, to change a neural pathway, you will need 21 days to 42 days. So in those cases, when you know that you have a lot of resistance to that particular goal because you think it's too good, Abraham Hicks says it's the same effort to get a pin or a kajal. But we don't believe it. Because for us, kajal looks so big. As long as it doesn't look big, as long as I don't feel I'm not deserving, it'll flow to me. So there are two things. First thing is my belief in that object. Second thing is my own worthiness and deservability that I deserve it. When these two have to match, then it'll come to me. Now, what happens? Most of us very easily visualize. But deep down, we have a low self-esteem, low self-worth. We feel we are not good. Hum papi hai. We are that. We are sinners. And will it ever happen? I'm the unluckiest person. What others, when all these thoughts are there, when others have put this into your mind, sometimes parents, sometimes friends, sometimes others, and the self-esteem is not there. And you feel, I am probably not worthy enough. Then it won't come. In Sanskrit also there's a stanza about money. It says Vidya Dadhati Vinayam. That is, education gives humility. Vinayam Dadhati Patratvam. The humility gives you deservedness, worthiness. Patratvam dhanamapnoti. It is the deservedness that gives you the money. So the deservedness is what you know? The universe is like an ocean. How much water can you get from the ocean? You can get based on the size of your vessel. If you take a spoon, you get a spoonful of water. If you take a glass, you get a glass full of water. If you take a bucket, you get a bucket full of water. If you take a tanker, you get a tanker full of water. If you say, no, I'm going to pump that to my house, you're going to get infinite water. But by taking this away, there's nothing diminishing from the ocean. That's the beauty. It's an expansive world. By my getting something, nobody else is deprived of anything else. You followed? So what happens? There's almost a Sanskrit phrase that says, Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamada. This is full. That is full. When full is removed from full, you take your full bucket and pick it up. Your bucket is also full. The ocean still remains full. So we only get, and what is this bucket? My worthiness. My feeling of I deserve it. My feeling of, it has to come. My trust in it. All these, when you have it, it will come to you. But is it there? It is there for anyone and everyone, like the ocean, for you to take.
So how can a person work on their deservability? Because as you rightly mentioned, because a lot of this belief system gets formed during our childhood or in the process of growing up, that I'm not worthy or I can't do this, and also everything is self-limiting. Also, how can we first release the self-limiting belief, then aspire for the big thing?
This one exercise I learned from my one of my TA trainers, and I modified it now. And if anyone starts doing it, they'll easily get what they want. So you want to know about it?
Yeah.
It's very simple. Write down 21 things why you are an awesome, wonderful, fantastic, capable, deserving, and a great human being. If I ask you this, Manjari, how many can you start writing?
I can write.
Most of the people will have done this in workshops. Most of the people will get first 5 or 6 very easily. After 9, they'll struggle. By 15, 16, they're searching what is there to write. Because somehow people have made us feel we are not good enough. or life situations have made us feel. So the way to shift your belief about yourself is a simple exercise. Write down 21 and every day add 5 to the same. How much should you reach? Reach 108. Because if you write 21 first and start writing 5, 5, 5, 5, somehow it will be close to 20, 21 days of you believing in yourself. The neural pathway also will change about you believing. So each day you're going to read the first 21 and then continue writing. Then you're going to read the first 26, continue writing. The first 31, continue writing. And if you reach 108, we talk of Ashtottara Shatanamavali, 108 names of the God. But you are God.
Yeah.
And we think only 108 names is for Satya Sai Baba, is for somebody else. No. If you are able to acknowledge to the universe that this, I am like this, I am like this, I am like this, I am like this. First, it seems like a lie, but you start believing it. This is the first exercise to do. The second exercise is whenever you see yourself in a mirror, what do you tell yourself? Oh my God, I got my God, this hair also has turned gray.
Yeah,
Oh my,
I have a pimple. Today I saw
I have a pimple
preparing
today.
for I have a pimple. Yeah, today I saw and yeah.
The problem is we don't look at our dimples, we only look at our pimples.
Uh,
So if you can look in the mirror every morning and wish yourself. I've now started doing this. My wife also does this now. Hey Vijay, good morning. Have a nice day. Hey, you have a podcast today? I know you'll do well, man. You always done well. You'll do well. Your name only is Vijay, no? You'll victory. Don't worry, you'll be doing. All the best. Now, what will you do after the podcast? Again, I'm going to look at the mirror. Hey, Vijay, you did a nice job, man. So nice. So basically, become your own cheerleader in life. Louise Hay, in a mirror work for 21 days, shifts all this. Most of us are cheerleaders. What do you mean by cheerleaders? The crowd jeering down the players. We look at, nahi yaar, again I failed. Why did I do this? Why did I mess up? Why did it? Rather than that, become your own cheerleader. Or if sometimes something goes wrong, console yourself the way you would console your sister or your friend or your child. And don't worry, aisa bhi hota hai. It'll all be well. All is well. Don't worry. So most of the times, I know, Manjari, we all think all is in the well. But actually, all is well. The difference is only in. Okay? And I really like that film. It's all is well. That's the truth. That's the reality. If you actually consider how lucky we are. So this particular exercise, writing down appreciation about yourself. Second thing, looking in the mirror and talking to yourself. And also writing a gratitude list, having gratefulness to yourself. Truly grateful to myself for making time for Manjari's webinar today. Truly grateful to myself that I've allowed myself to be spontaneous without thinking. And truly grateful to myself that what needs to come for the viewers is automatically coming without my thinking. If I do this later on, if I do this tomorrow or tonight, my self-worth rose up. Because I think you've seen the picture on the net. A cat is looking at the mirror. In the mirror, there's a lion.
yes, it's a very popular picture.
And the saying says, what matters most is how you see yourself. So one book, if people want to know to increase their self-image, it's Dr. Maxwell Maltz, Self-Image Psychology. That's one of the first personal development books. Maxwell Maltz, he was a plastic surgeon. And he had worked on one girl. And he told the girl, wow, after a few months, you look very beautiful. Your nose is straight. She said, no, doctor, my nose is still crooked. He said, but it's nice. She said, no, doctor. Then he realized it's not the reality. It's about how she perceived herself. And then he wrote this beautiful book. Is there on YouTube in the Audible also? It's a very beautiful book. I'm telling this so that viewers can start applying these things.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So is it then a magic wand? We can just about manifest anything and everything, or there's a limit to it?
The limit is what you put. There's a song by Abraham Hicks. If you want it, it can happen when you get out of the way. If you're dreaming it, it shall happen when you get out of the way. It shall come to you. So most of the time, it's not manifesting. Most of the time, it's allowing.
Just allowing, because we many times self-sabotage ourselves and then play the victim that, oh, I'm not getting this, or it's not happening.
Because technically, I won't. It's a magic wand. I would like to use bigger words. Magic wand looks like Chu Mantra Gali or Abracadabra. No, I would call it the Kalparuksha, the wish fulfilling tree, the Kamadhenu, the wish fulfilling cow, the Akshaya Patra, where you put a little, it automatically multiplies. But remember, the same principle applies. In the Akshaya Patra, what is the principle? You need to put a little for it to multiply. Then it's going to happen. And do you know the story? In the Indian scriptures, there's a story that
No,
they say.
I'm not aware of it.
Okay, they say that when Krishna was doing this to Satsai Baba has told us this, when her sari was being pulled in the court of Duryodhana by Dushasana, the sari started expanding. How? When somebody asked, Krishna said, you know what? On Shankranti day, I had cut my finger when I was peeling the sugarcane. And everyone started looking for a bandage, all my consorts and wives. But it was Draupadi who tore the edge of her sari and tied it. So what went to her was the sari which she tied became Akshaya or infinite for her. Same thing happened later on when they talk of when they were in the Vanavas, when they were in the forest, when Rishi Durvas was the angry Rishi who used to curse. When he went there, and this Akshaya Patra thing was, once it's over for the day, there can be nothing. He brought his entire set of disciples and came for dinner. So she did not know what to do. She was praying to Krishna. And finally Krishna appeared. Krishna is God, universe, Jesus, Allah, higher power, you call whatever. He told, give me something, I'm hungry. She said, I don't have, I'm praying to you. Durvasa is going to get angry. He didn't listen. He went there and found one speck of leaf stuck in the Akshaya Patra when she kept for washing. He took that and ate it. The moment he ate it, the entire troop of the Durvasa Muni felt full. So therefore, what does it mean? Baba is to tell us, take one step towards me, I'll take 10 towards you. Shed one tear and I'll wipe away 1,000 for you. Tear is not sadness. It is tear of bliss, tear of joy, tear of satisfaction. Then it will come to you automatically. So basically in this, more than the magic wand, it's a question of, if I, in that high vibration, put that into my mind, which is the Akshaya Patra, which is the Kalparuksha, it has the power to exponentially make it infinite and give it back to us. Because whether you call it Krishna, Jesus, whatever, the power is the same.
Very
So
good.
it's a magic wand. Anything you want, you can get it.
So, in your experience, has any time it happened that you visualized for something and it did not happen? And then what did you do about it?
A very deep question, Manjari. Yeah, there are many things I visualized and did not happen. Let me be honest with you. Now, I always follow Shakti Gaved's statement in the end of visualization. That is, this or something better than this shall now manifest for me in totally harmonious and satisfying ways for the greatest good of all concerned. Now, it's like the mother and the child. I, with my limited wisdom, ask for something. And if the universe knows it's not good for me in the long run, it might hold it back. So, therefore, I would say the true manifestation is not in the object. Why do you want that object? You're talking, think of the house, Manjari. Why do you want the house?
To have a nice feeling, contentment, to live there. Yeah.
Fantastic. So if you live there, what are you going to feel? You're going to feel satisfied, contented, and happy.
Yeah.
Finally, it's all about the bhav.
Yes.
The true manifestation is the way you feel and not what comes to you. So many times, what has happened? The way I feel has become the same thing when I got the second thing that I wanted.
Okay.
But it may not be the same thing that I want.
Can you explain a little bit with example what actually you got instead of what and then what?
Okay. So about 2 years ago, I was looking for a 2 years ago. Yeah. Our 25th wedding anniversary, I want to gift something to my wife. So I was looking for, I had spoken to my mechanic and we had, he used to give us a very good used cars, very powerful ones. So I had thought of a new, I had one Mitsubishi Pajero earlier. A new Mitsubishi Pajero is what I had visualized. And I thought I've got it. But then why did I want it? I wanted it because I wanted to make my wife happy. I wanted us to feel satisfied. I had thought that is going to come. What finally came is a Mercedes Benz, which was only being used 22,000 kilometers, which is an absolutely fabulous condition. For a throwaway price, came to me, which was almost 1/3 of the price which I had paid for the other car. And the other car had run so many more kilometers. This had done so many less kilometers. Now, after 3 years or 2 years, are we happy with it? Absolutely. It's a fabulous car. I enjoy it. So what I'm telling you, I wanted a Mitsubishi Pajero. But I had only one thing in mind. But while visualizing it, I said, this or something better. What came to me was this other thing, which was the Mercedes Benz, the blue color, navy blue color Mercedes Benz that came to me. Similarly, now, when we were going for a trip to Goa, I had not booked any tickets. Any place I had not booked. Because I had a very kind of a confidence, things always work out for me easily, joyfully. 2 years ago.
Definitely. I know I've traveled with you.
Oh, you traveled with me, right? I think I made you nervous a lot of times.
Yeah, because I will plan early.
You plan early and I to see that I say, don't worry, things will work out. All is well, all is well. And I know, I remember that. I think we had traveled to Hyderabad for that workshop together. And yeah, right, Manjari. Yeah. So I think all things work out for me easily, joyfully. It's all fine. And while on the way, I thought of going to a particular resort. It was not there. I thought if I book there, it'll be wonderful because we were supposed to go to scuba diving. And it had to be practiced in the swimming pool nearby. But that particular place, I had seen it available the previous day. And now when I went, it was full. I'd visualized it's already mine. And I sent the children to the beach. It's already evening. They're asking, where's the room? I said, wait. They said, you didn't get it? What happened to your positive self-talk? All things always work out for me easily, joyfully. I said, wait. Then I closed my eyes. I said, okay, this test, I accept it. I know all things work out for me easily, joyfully. And I know whatever is the best that needs to happen will happen to me. And then I went and my driver came and said, sir, why don't you check? There's a government place here. Why don't you go and check there? I went there and checked. They said, sir, just now somebody cancelled. How many people you have? I said, 4. We can give you, sir. And they gave us the room. Now I call the scuba diving agency. I say, sir, where is the practice? They asked me, what is this place here? I told the name of the place. They said, oh my God, just step a little to the left. I moved a little to the left. He said, can you see the blue thing there? I said, yes, that is the swimming pool. And I had got the room near the pool. So original thing, I had to go out, take a cab for a 5-kilometer distance to one more place and go to my scuba diving practice. Now we could jump out of a balcony. We're on the ground floor and we were having a pool facing room. When? On Christmas. Where? In Goa. The second time when what I wanted happened, what I didn't happen came. Now for my children, we wanted alternative education. They got into Bangalore Steiner School, Rudolf Steiner. So I had visualized that they will be there till 10th and 12th. We were the primary batch. And we are going to continue till 10th and 12th. And because we were one of the founding parents, means I was the first batch only we had joined. So we were supposed to go and take it forward. But then by the time my daughter was about in the 7th standard or 8th standard, 7th, we realized that, oh my God, they may not have a high school. They may have 8th, they may not have 9th and 10th. Because parents had to make it happen. And all parents have to get together, put an intention and make it happen, right? That point in time, I said, oh my, I had visualized this. Now what should I do? And suddenly my children got creative school, which is fantastic, with one of my therapist friends, Jayshree and Ashok running it. It's beautiful. And it became the right age for my children because they do a lot of stuff called Teen Circle and a lot of wonderful things. And it's automatically, it happened. Now, if I had thought that's the only place, this wouldn't have happened. You understand? So, when you visualize, you need to allow yourself to be flexible. That is, don't be bothered about the object. Be bothered about the way you feel when that particular thing comes to you. Followed? If it's a person for marriage, if it is a kind of vehicle, if it's a house, if it's a plot, if it's a job, close your eyes and feel the feeling you need to feel and let go. And the only thing you need to do on a daily basis is continue feeling that way. Even without the goal. The law of attraction states if you're happy things happen to you. This is all about vibration. The moment I start doing this, if that is good for me, it will happen. If something better for me, that will happen. Because I, with my limited intelligence, cannot decide this is the only thing I need. And this is the biggest mistake, Manjari, people make.
So how do people, I'm talking about because a lot of people come for therapy. So what do people for whom nothing is actually working out in their life and they are in a bad mood? So how can they transcend this bad mood and get into that mood and into the manifestation thing that yes, I can also do it, because maybe for a very long time nothing worked out in their life, and then they automatically start feeling that nothing will work out in their life. I too was in that space, but therapy did help me. But how could they transcend from that state to a state of manifestation into believing, feeling, and how do they get into that space?
The only way you can do is a simple way called the attitude of gratitude. See now, Manjari, the people who came to you and told things are not working. Now, there's a prayer which I saw. I asked God for shoes and I was very upset. It never gave me shoes till I saw the person without legs and feet. I asked God for that particular branded glasses. I didn't get it. Then I saw a blind person. So you and I have stopped counting our blessings. There's a psalm in the St. Michael School I study in Hubli. Just count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, and He's done so many for us. Now you and I, we're able to have this podcast. Why? Because I have a laptop. You have a laptop. We're taking it for granted.
Yeah.
The house you are, the house I am, I've taken it for granted. That you are in a place which is serene, where I'm in my house which is serene, I've taken it for granted. You followed?
Yeah.
That you are able to wear good clothes, I'm very able to wear good clothes, I've taken for granted. So the first step for a person to start shifting is feeling grateful, and not just feeling, they need to write. I ask people to write, truly grateful to so and so for so and so. Means what? Truly, if I have to, now tomorrow my gratitude list will contain what? Truly grateful to Manjari for organizing this podcast. Somebody else helped me today. My cook had a wonderful lunch she had done. Truly grateful to Miss Manju for this wonderful food. The worker takes care of my dog so well. Truly grateful to Lakshmi for taking care of my dog so well. Truly grateful to this nurse who came and put drips for my 94-year-old dad. So when I start doing this way, I am acknowledging things first. The second list I write and ask people to write is counting your blessings. That is what? I'm so blessed because it is not any person. I'm so blessed because I have a wonderful family. I'm so blessed because I have this lovely dog, Velvet, who's all the time with me, even now here. I'm so blessed because I have so much of knowledge. I'm so blessed because I'm truly enjoying my freedom. I can do what I want, when I want, how I want, without a boss. I'm truly blessed because my college days were with such a Sai Baba and I learned so much. So these are things I can feel. The third list I asked them to write is gratitude to themselves. Truly grateful to myself for writing this gratitude list. Truly grateful to myself for putting the effort to change my feeling. Truly grateful to myself for being able to sit and watch this podcast fully without looking at any other thing that's more jazzy. So you can feel grateful for many things in yourself. The last thing is gratitude. It's called preemptive gratitude. That's the goal in completion. I wanted the car. I'd done this. Truly grateful that I've got a wonderful car with Vidya and Joyce, my wife. Truly grateful that I've got a wonderful place where my children have enjoyed the scuba diving. It's not yet happened. I've already done it now, Manjari. Truly grateful that this podcast has gone well. So I'm confident about it. It's called preemptive gratitude, pre-paving. It's like the road which you're going, pre-pave it. Why do you want to visualize potholes and road humps or speed breakers? Just look at it being smooth and pre-pave it with your feeling of gratitude. See, if these people start doing that, they can start changing themselves. And the last thing people miss is acts of gratitude. So many people serve us. Feel, tip generously. Give them, because who can give them? Only one who has. Appreciate people openly. Don't complain. When somebody comes and gives the dosa is good, tell dosa is good. Because if it was bad, we would have told him, right? Although he doesn't own the hotel or the restaurant, he still feels happy. So we need to take it to the next level of action.
Okay.
And this way, Manjari, people can change their frequency. Because what's happened, I was talking about the neural pathway in the brain, the self-talk, negative self-talk and negative belief has become a part of their brain.
So go
The
hand
brain,
in hand.
huh?
They go hand in hand.
They go hand in because it's become a neural pathway.
Both
That
support each other.
they support each other. So it's become a constant recording in their mind. And if the software, I can change it in one day. For the hardware, I need 21 days to 42 days to change it. So what should I do? The only way I can change it is my free will. What should I need to will? I need to will to do something differently. That is positive. What do I will? I start writing gratitude. What do I do? I focus on other things that make me happy. So, for example, if I have an issue with finance, but I have a wonderful family, I focus on my family more. If I have a lot of money, I have an issue with family, I focus on my money and feel grateful. So, what you have, count your blessings. And this way, Manjari, people can change the way they feel. But writing is important because writing is a kind of, we call it, idiomotor response. Motor is writing, idio is mind. That's why you have graphology, where handwriting can be analyzed, graphotherapy, where your handwriting, if you change it, your life will change. So when you write something, whether an affirmation is a positive self-talk, or a preemptive gratitude, or a gratitude, and reach about 21 to 25 when you write it. And even the appreciation when you write it about yourself, the first exercise which I told, it automatically changes your neural pathway. It starts rewiring in a different way, and that will become a new pattern. And that way, a person will get out of the old loop of negative thinking.
Excellent, excellent. Very beautifully explained. Any concluding remarks from your side for the audience?
What do you want me to give you in the concluding remarks?
Like just to get started, because people who have never done this process or anything, just was the first step to get started. We spoke about attitude of gratitude. We spoke about believing in it, then feeling it in, then detaching with it. We also spoke about that we have to put an intention that something better can also transpire than what we have asked, and to be happy with what actually is the feeling. Maybe we didn't get the thing, but maybe something else happened to us. So any concluding remarks from your side?
Yeah, life is like a game. In the game, suppose you talk of a cricket game or a football or even any game, we always have an outcome. What's the outcome? Either winning or losing. What caused the outcome? Your actions caused the outcome. But what caused the action? Can you tell me, Manjari, what caused the action?
My thought, my will, my many things, my karma and all.
No, think of that moment. Think of you have Virat Kohli batting, the ball coming to him at 90 kilometers per hour. So outcome is it's going to be a 6. The action is going to bat. What came before the action? Did he plan? No. Did he do too much? No. What has happened is he has a muscle memory.
Okay, yes.
The muscle memory is coming because of repeated practice. And the practice, does practice make a man perfect? No.
Not always.
Shiv Khera says, perfect practice makes it perfect. Practice does not make a man perfect. So now he's practiced it. Now, how does the practice work? It works more in the brain, more in your mind. Because people, Olympic runners and others who have visualized their success, and also done a little bit of practice have succeeded more than people who only did practice. So, and this is focused on your self-talk. So the outcome is winning or losing. Before the outcome, you have the action. Although we see something is there below the action, there's thought. Yeah, thought is there, emotion is there, subconscious is there, the being is there. But between this and the action, the interface is your muscle memory coming by the neural pathways in your brain. And the neural pathways in your brain comes by the right self-talk. If it's who's the person you're talking to most of the time? Yourself. So the viewers, I would say, when you talk to yourself, there's a beautiful book called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Shad Helmstetter. Talk to yourself positively. And don't make it future tense. Talk it present tense. I am great. I am beautiful. Whatever comes after the word am is divine, is going to become a reality. If you say I'm stupid, it's going to become a reality. I'm a fool, it's going to be a reality. I'm not going to succeed, it's going to become a reality. I'm unlucky, it's going to become a reality. I'm good, I'm great, I'm going to succeed, I'm divine. That is going to become a reality. So, what happens? Your self talk that comes of after I am, change it, catch yourself. I think, Manjari, you are an auditor.
I
Basically,
was.
you were. You are also an auditor now. All of us are auditors. We should do self audit.
Okay.
Self audit of our thoughts. Catch our thoughts. Catch our thoughts. And one technique I'll teach you for this, tie a rubber band in your hand. Okay. And keep something you like kismis, kaju, a chocolate, whatever, or gems. How do you train a dog? By giving it. I have velvet. Velvet, sit down. Good girl. I give her a treat. Velvet, shake hand. Good girl. I give her a treat. So, Velvet is a positive, kind animal. I gift her. I reward her to get what I want. Do you think in the circus, earlier we had circus and we used to have animals. Now all people don't understand. We had tigers and lions also at that time. They used to make them jump through fire. Did they actually give them a treat? Come on, jump. No. It is a terrible, it is an angry, a wild creature. Like the negative thoughts we have. They used electric shockers. I know it's animal cruelty, but that's what they used. Let's look at it as an example. So jump, it won't jump. Crack, it gives an electric shock. It then jumps. Sit down, it then jumps. So we have two parts of our mind. Part one, the good part. Part two, the terrible part. The terrible part generates the negative thoughts. The good part generates the positive thought. So you got to tie a rubber band to your left hand, the wrist, because that is connected to your right brain. And every time I catch myself in my self audit, take the rubber band a little and your brain need to understand it is a shock. Don't many people who are passive aggressive will start hurting themselves. Not like that. Just little tuck, a light shock. If you don't want to put a rubber band, take your hand and hit it like this, tuck. So your mind knows, I caught you. You went negative. I caught you. You went negative. I caught you. You went negative. That's a tiger part of us. And when I think, yeah, correct, I am wonderful. I am capable. And I am going to succeed. Oh, good thought. Open the gems packet and put it in your mouth. Say, wow. Yeah. So initially, you'll have a lot of shocks because you're training your brain.
Yeah.
So basically, the easiest way for the viewers is to start training their brain like an animal. There's a good side, the bad side. And the brain likes pleasure, does not like pain. When the pain part, when the negative thoughts come up, if they do this, becoming a self-auditor, if you take a rubber band and do attack, automatically that will stop coming. Now, the moment the positive thought comes, when I treat it, reward it like I do for my dog. So, Manjari, the way I would tell my viewers, basically, become an auditor, a self-auditor. When something is non-compliant, punish. And how do you punish? One shot or a rubber band, so that your brain understands this is pain, this is a shock. When you think positive, treat yourself something, and the brain understands this is pleasure. And if you do this for about 21 days to 42 days, you don't need to do it all the time. Keep at least, first you say, half an hour I'm going to audit my thoughts. 1 hour I'm going to audit my thoughts. And then what happens? You will catch it. Because the thoughts are playing a game. Catch me if you can. Followed. So they do a lot of non-compliant. You don't want to think that way because you know how the mind works. But you think of it. The moment you do this, your brain will start changing. Your brain will understand if I produce a thought that's going to give a negative emotion, this person is going to give me a shock. But if I give a positive thing, I'm beautiful, I'm wonderful, I'm worthy, I'm the best person in the world, automatically this brain is going to give, I'm going to get a treat. We're animals basically, Manjari. Treating ourselves as animals and training ourselves is the best thing that we can do to change. So I would only tell the viewers, the sky is the limit. It's always a yes universe. I started my master Satsai Baba used to tell us one thing in Telugu. Yes anuvaruku yes anura, no anuvanuku yes anura. If you say yes, I say yes. If you say no, also I say yes. Yes, no, mike kani. Yes and no is only for you. Bhagwantuduku, for God, it's always yes, yes, yes. So think of it. I am stupid. Yes. I am capable. Yes. I can do it. Yes. I'm going to be successful. Yes. I'm going to be slim and fit and fine. Yes. I'm going to have an abundant life. Yes. I think it's not going to work out. Yes. Because it's a yes universe. And your thought has only yes, yes, yes coming to you. Astu, astu, astu. So be it, so be it, so be it. So audit your thoughts and keep telling the best thing after I am. And with that, I would like to leave you. And if any of you are, I do this Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati, and then we also do the Samriddhi for money, because beliefs are about so many things. Basically, it's a law of deliberate creation. Create deliberately. How do you create deliberately? By feeling the way you want to feel, by thinking the way you want to think. Then initially it will be an effort. At the moment the brain takes over, it will be effortless. It will become unconscious incompetence. Initially, it's conscious competence. You're struggling to make it happen. Then it reaches the moment of mastery, unconscious competence. Then you'll see, wow, it is a song. And I don't need to worry about anything.
Many, many thanks for your inputs and for a detailed explanation on this subject. And many thanks for taking time out from your busy schedule and coming for this podcast. Hope many of the viewers practice these steps and gain from it.
Thank you, Manjari. It was a pleasure being with you. And thank you for those wonderful questions. They made me think. And it'll keep me thinking even after this podcast. Oh, yeah, I need to do this. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.